Hello, and welcome to Manhattan College Presents, a Dromedary production in association with Dr. G and the Studio TV crew. This is Jasper's Talking About Television, the show. Hi, I'm your host, Dromedary. Let's Talk TV. Yesterday, Freeform announced it has ordered a 10-episode commitment to a new 30-minute comedy from Marvel called New Warriors. At the center of this series is a superhero called Squirrel Girl, who has the ability to talk to squirrels. Imagine having that ability. It'd be perfect for those days when you forget to do your homework. Think about it. Your professor is going around collecting everyone's work when all of a sudden you have one of your squirrel friends jump to the classroom from the window and climb onto your desk and distract the professor while you tear up your assignment and make it look like your dog ate it. Pause for laughter. Pepsi is in some hot water over an ad it released Tuesday featuring Kendall Jenner as she manages to solve racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and everything in between, all by handing a cop a Pepsi at a protest. However, I still think this is better than the original ending, which featured Miss Jenner going up to the cop and the cop asking, "Got any Coke on you?" and Jenner responding, "No, but is Pepsi okay?" And the whole crowd breaks out in laughter. As equality is finally achieved in America. Pause for laughter.
Okay.
And now I'd like to introduce you to my guest, who I'm very excited to have on tonight, Michelle.
Hi.
Michelle, how are you?
Good.
So we're just going to talk about TV. So
Awesome.
that's the name of the show. What's your favorite TV show on TV right now?
Of all time, since high school to today, is Once Upon a Time.
Great show.
I know.
Who's your favorite character on there?
Oh, where do I begin? For starters, I really started like Snow White and the Charmings, as I refer to. But Regina has definitely grown on me over the years. And I think what I realized is her character transition. You know, she went from just being evil to even being more kind and open towards others. And that's what I really like. And especially there was an interesting part in the episode when Regina, tried to separate her dark side, and I was curious on where it was going.
Absolutely. So that's interesting. So it starts off, the villain starts to become the hero. Is that what you're trying to
In a way,
say?
yeah, pretty much. It's sort of like the villain changes, from just being this evil person who wanted to do wicked deeds and hurt people to just actually be more kind and open. And that's what I really like, is especially that's what the show does. It makes you think more about the villains than what you originally thought of. Like sometimes to do with other villains like Maleficent or Jafar, but there are villains that you really grew fond of and, dare I say, like more than the heroes. I feel like the villains are the ones who stole the show. Not just Regina, but Rumpelstiltskin. He was my favorite of all, and even my mom loves him. My mom and I watched the show together, so
right.
I think she kind of sort of led me to it. Like I hear her watch it, and then I decided to try it out, and then we end up watching it together every chance we have.
And if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure the writers of that show started at Lost.
Yeah.
Is it anything similar to Lost?
I never saw Lost. The only thing I did see them once is Tron Legacy. That's what I remember. They did Tron Legacy, but I don't really see the connection between Tron. I haven't seen Tron Legacy in a long time, so I can't tell the style enough. The only thing I can say is that Once Upon a Time has this sort of expanding world. There's Wonderland, and there's just so many kinds of worlds you can enter, not just the fairy tale world and the real world.
So stepping away from Once Upon a Time, are there any other shows you're excited about? Maybe upcoming shows?
Yeah, mostly the shows I watch with my mom, but there's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I used to watch Agent Carter, but I don't know what happened to it.
I believe that was canceled, actually.
That was okay. That's a loss. Let's see, Agent Carter. Oh, and of course, recently my mom and I got into Supernatural.
But any upcoming shows that are interested? Do you know about?
Not that I know of. The only thing I'm looking forward to is the return of Vikings.
Vikings, yes. That's on History Channel, right?
Yep, it's pretty.
It's a great show. Let's talk about actors and actresses. Who's your favorites?
I can't really put the names on it, but I can recognize the faces. I know that the actor who played Rumpelstiltskin also starred as Durza in the movie Aragon, and Aragon is kind of like my third favorite movie.
Yeah.
But I never really saw him in this other movie he was in. My mom said he was in this movie called Ravenous, which I think is some sort of bloody movie. I don't know, but I was too squeamish to see it. But he was really good as Rumpelstiltskin, especially with that giggle of his.
Perfect.
The other work.
Any actress?
Actresses?
Yeah.
I don't really recognize them by their name, just their faces. But I do know that the one who played Snow White / Mary Margaret, she voiced Judy Hopps in Zootopia, and I think she did wonderful.
That's perfect. Well, I think that's all the time we have for today.
Okay.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. I would like to thank my guest, Michelle, for taking the time to be with us tonight. And I hope you join us again tomorrow night for another installment of Jaspers Talking About Television, the show.